Hello, everyone. Hello. This is the
Здравствуйте.
secret symbol. Here
Здравствуйте.
you, that better be a Ukrainian soccer banner, okay?
Oh, dude. Hey, hey. I got it from Russia, but
Traitor, traitor. FBI arrest his ass. Arrest his ass.
hey,
Arrest
man.
his nigga ass.
I've been to Russia once and Ukraine twice, so Ukraine wins.
Yeah, but you also said that Ukraine is Russian, so it's like.
Hey, hey. All right, Kamala, putting words in my mouth. I'm just kidding.
I'll put something else in your mouth.
It better be a fucking Spanish tapa, boy.
I cannot follow you too much. I actually just had like a very nice stroganoff.
Hmm.
Oh man,
Well,
that's some good
everyone, welcome again to the Zia Simo podcast. Thank you for
stuff.
the subscribers. You know, they're coming in. They're coming in a little bit internationally as well, a little bit of Russian speakers that are involved, a lot of some Spanish speakers. I think even like maybe a little bit of a Chinese, Taiwanese audience, since we talked a little bit about that.
I'm
Uh,
actually learning French right now, so je voulais parler français.
well, yeah, if someone, I know there's a little bit of European viewers, so
Yeah,
Pedro's in Spain right now, so he's one of y'all.
yeah, man. Hello from the third world.
All right, so everyone, we're gonna be reacting to Tim Dillon. He is probably one of the world's best journalists. Um, you know,
Yeah, yeah. He's my favorite Jewish fat American homosexual.
he also
He-
represents all ethnicities, minorities, majorities.
Yeah,
He represents everyone.
he's modern day Jesus.
Oh man, that's funny. All right,
Yeah.
so let me we're gonna let me get into it. Yeah, welcome everybody, welcome.
And just like 10 seconds, it's like to everyone who's actually been struggling with the flooding in Valencia, we just like to let you know that we are with you and that we really hope that the Spanish government is actually able to like take care of it. Like the image that we see of like all the people who are actually volunteering in there, it's absolutely beautiful and gorgeous, and just showcase that fundamentally, like society is the people, it's not the government, it's the people, the workers, who are actually the ones who actually run shit, you know. And like if anyone's actually wants to like I don't know donate something, whatever it is, like €5 or anything, make sure to like visit like the Red Cross or any other like World Trust organization. We could actually put like some listing in it in order to like help the
Yeah.
victims.
Yeah, and also if anyone wants to even donate directly, I obviously have Pedro's contact to send him that
Yeah,
donation, and he can go from there, and we'll keep you updated. So yeah, much love to the community over there. Um, we you got to represent, so you got to represent your community.
yeah, man, yeah, man. I mean, they're in Valencia. I'm like, bro, it's like two regions away from me. Like they're pretty much my neighbors, really. So it's actually very close, and we do actually have warnings right now that there's going to be like a low rain in the area where I live in right now. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, totally. So everyone, let's we're about to introduce you to the great and one and only Tim Dillon. I just got to share my screen real quick. Let me do that. Today's episode is called Pizza Hut and Birkin Bags. Tim Dillon
What?
Show 415.
Oh man! So he actually has Trump in it, right?
On this one,
Yeah.
uh, no, I don't think Trump is. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, you told me the Tim Dillon and Trump were actually going live, or at least that's
Oh
what I heard.
no, I mentioned that the Trump rally was live, and yeah, Trump rally is live, and Tim Dillon is live.
Oh, okay, okay.
Actually, let me see if Trump is actually speaking. Actually, let me see.
Yeah, let's check Trump's speech. Let's go straight to the rally.
Let me see if he's actually speaking right now. Let's.
Also, does Harris also has a rally right now?
Who cares? I'm just kidding.
Bro, we're supposed to be balanced, okay? We're journalists, okay?
Bro, we are balanced. I'm I'm pretty fucking balanced. A lot of conservatives hate Trump, right?
Is it will Donald Trump win the elections? 25, 69% chance. Oh, did you see the Joe Rogan podcast? The episode with Trump.
Yeah, dude, that was wild.
I know, man. That's insane, and that was a smart choice, by him. I would say that though, like I think like it does tend to be that the audience that will listen to Joe Rogan were at the end like more likely to vote for him, but I definitely completely influenced the situation. And like Harris, I think fucked up by not going.
Sure, sure, yeah, yeah. So, you can see my screen, right?
President Trump's mega rally, Gastonia, North Carolina, today, 12 p.m. Estimate. What does ET mean for you
So it's
Americans?
2 hours ahead from me, so it's 11, 12, 12:30. So yeah,
Okay.
it should be live. So
Yeah,
let
right.
me get this going.
Rumble.
President Trump that he always wraps up his final rally there.
Is there a reason or significance in that town or city? I
Trump
mean,
will fix it.
I've been there actually. It's beautiful, but
It's kind of
there's
laggy,
something
huh?
that I'm missing.
Well, I think it was.
It is a little bit like,
the first time in 2016. That's
like
just where he
keep in
happened,
mind that
and then
we're
because it
both
worked out, they ended
streaming
up winning.
ourselves, and now we're watching it live.
2020 decided to go back there, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
now at this point,
Let me see if
that
I
sort
can
of just
minimize
seems the
it.
way he closed the chapter on the campaign
But to
season,
be honest, I
election
don't really
cycle.
care about
But
like these two
special. I mean, I
percenters.
knew about it a little bit prior, and it just sort of
Except
part of
maybe the girl on the
Trump
left,
campaign,
but
Trump election culture. There's a
Oh
little bit
yeah,
of nostalgia
true
that he
that,
goes
true
back to
that.
the place where he last spoke before he was
Bro, we'll probably
officially the
get
president of the
canceled
United
like
States the next
pretty
day.
soon for
Pretty
everything.
incredible. The people there
Misogyny,
certainly, the people
let's go
there
to
wait
masculinity.
for
Tim
that every
Dillon,
year. So it's
or
pretty
let's
exciting for
go
them as
to
well.
like the Instagram video that
Definitely,
I
and
showed you.
I think that it's been a really iconic campaign, and we're talking.
Yeah, let's go to
Send
like the
an
Tim
Instagram
Dillon
video.
one or like the video I sent you. Either of those two.
Okay, let's go.
Let's do it.
Okay.
It's your call. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's not gonna be talking, anytime soon. So
No tax on Social Security. Trump will fix it. Now, do you see, man? It's like I see things like Trump will fix it, or ex politician will fix it. Harris or Trump or Biden, whoever. And I've come to the conclusion that fundamentally the government is never going to save you. You know.
yeah, yeah, it's always the the shaman and Nietzsche are in heaven right now, talking about how it's ultimately up to you, right?
I mean, fundamentally, man. Like, after like watching like the pathetic way that like the Spanish politicians like managed like the floodings in Valencia compared to like the determined way that people actually acted, it's like, yeah, there's a stark contrast, man. You know, and I used to believe that maybe like politicians are a representation of the people. That is not so obvious to me anymore.
Hmm. No, gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Um, so I'm gonna share my screen right now. Uh, By the way, if it's laggy, then I think we should just switch over to regular news,
Yeah, yeah.
because it might be kind of annoying. But here it goes. Let me know how it looks, okay?
Let me see. We're watching Tim Dillon. Gay fat Jewish man.
Tim Dillon.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Tim Dillon Show. Drug overdoses are down nationally, and officials are wondering what's working. People cannot afford drugs. It's actually terrible. This is economy is people cannot afford the quantities of drugs needed to overdose. They have fallen. Overdose deaths have fallen for 6 months straight. Turn me down a little bit. I'm a little loud in my headphones. Okay. Turn me up a little. Find a balance. Perfect. I'll tell you right now, this is not a good indication of the economy. A good economy, people have enough money to buy enough fentanyl to check out. If you are sitting there and you can barely OD, if you can barely check out because you've got nothing, coast to coast, major U.S. cities are seeing measurable drops in drug overdose deaths.
Nah, man. Like,
Public health
you're
officials
doing
welcome
well.
the news
If
despite an
everyone can
inability
afford cocaine
to fully
and clean
explain the
stuff.
decrease. Nobody
Good life.
has any money. Drug overdose deaths fell 12.7%. This is the largest recorded reduction in overdose death.
Darn.
It's because people don't have any money. They don't have any disposable income. They're strapped. They're shot. They're fucked. If I was running for president right now, I would say my main goal is to get people enough money to overdose in this country the way they were. Enough money to die on the street the way they were when things were good. This photo of me and my godson is being shared around social media, and it's actually beautiful.
My godson.
This is me and my
Dude,
godson.
John Moore. That's John Moore.
What is that? A Kalishnikov?
Kalishnikov.
Is that what it is?
Yep, you got it.
Yeah. I'm always correct. That is Yahya Sinwar. That is actually not me. Yahya Sinwar, who has died. Is the war over? Is the war over now? Does the war
The war
end?
is never over.
Does the war
It's never
end?
over.
Will the war end? Can the war end? Can it end? Will it end?
No.
What's going on with Iran? I think maybe that's the next phase of the war is Iran. Iran says it's planning to hold first joint military drills with Saudis in the Red Sea. Riyadh is not confirmed it will join the exercises. Saudis are not going to help Iran. That's not going to work, Iran. Go to Russia, go to China. The Saudis are not going to help. I don't know what is going to happen.
At any moment, let me know.
Saudis and Iran have long been rivals in the region who have long backed opposing sides in conflict zones. Severed diplomatic ties in 2016. However, Shiite Muslim-dominated Iran and Sunni majority Saudi Arabia resumed relations last year under a surprise China-brokered deal. Another example of China playing a constructive role in world affairs. China, everybody. All we hear is how bad China is going to kill everybody, and China's making peace deals, whereas we either don't have an interest or can't. China's out there building schools in Africa and getting these people to go. I'm sure China has their negatives. We all have our negatives, don't we? Don't we all have our negatives? Don't the best people have a dark side? China has a dark side. China has a dark side. But it doesn't matter when you see them do something good. When China does something good, we should say, good for you, China. Thank you, China. Thank you, China. We shouldn't always be focusing on the internment camps they put those Uyghurs in or whatever. That's always negative. I don't like that. It's like when your friend marries a girl and you bring up that she was a big whore or something. It's like, enough. People change and grow. I think they're still in those internment camps. I don't really know. It's not my business. Pizza Hut offers to print resumes on boxes and deliver to employers. I like this. We know Pizza Hut. We love Pizza Hut. We're not going to play the video we made about Pizza Hut because we were almost sued by the good people at Yum Brands. But Pizza Hut aims to support your job search with the launch of Res Z.
Bro, real quick,
What?
can we just admire the fire? You know, there's just so much
Like,
fire.
it's Jesus. You know who he actually kind of reminds me of? You ever seen like this movie? Let me say the name of it. Vietnam War movie about radio guy. Oh, do you ever watch Good Morning Vietnam?
No, never.
Bro, you have to watch it. That's a good classic, you know. And he actually gives me a lot of like the energy of like the radio host that the movie is about, you know. Like out of nowhere, pure energy, like absolute total no hesitation, and he rocks it, you know.
Nice. Who's the actor? Who's the actor in that movie?
I think it's let me see. It was directed by Barry Levinson, and oh, it was Robin Williams, man.
Oh, Robin Williams. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I
So
haven't,
you know it's
haven't
gonna
heard.
be a good one.
But yeah, he comes off very strong, and I think that international comedy, like current events and comedy, mix really well together.
Of
Uh,
course, you know.
yeah.
I wish I was funny, man.
I mean, you do give good you give me a lot of shit, because I'm from this part of the world, and I give
Yeah,
you a
but
lot of
so
shit
is it.
from that part of the
But
world.
that's very easy. That's a very low hanging fruit, man. Quite literally, too.
Yeah, but we hit each. They're funny still, like someday Catalunya is just gonna take over your land, like Barcelona is gonna be your fucking the name of the country, and Spain is just gonna be some city somewhere.
I mean, kind of is right now, but that's another topic. Come on, you Mexicans wish you were Catalonia.
Yeah. New Mexico is like more like well, if New Mexico was a country, New Mexico would be in Africa or in the Middle East, in a war-torn country, fighting for water.
So just modern day Mexico.
But we wouldn't have concentration camps. Like,
Wait, who are you talking about? Concentration camps? Like who?
like
Are you sure?
you Europeans.
Hey. Hey, you have to blame the French on that one.
We have to play French. We don't even say the obvious perpetrators of like concentration camps. We don't say their names.
Who do you think the Germans learned from?
Latvians.
Bro,
Just kidding.
look up French colonization in Algeria, man. And yeah, man, you will notice that the French are the most evil people in the world.
Bro, did you hear about that? Nigeria was gonna sentence these kids to freaking death.
Oh, you're talking wait, what?
Yeah, dude. 29 Nigerian children may be sentenced to death for protesting against cost of living crisis.
Jesus.
Dude, I don't. We have to look into that later. But like maybe the next episode we can have a wraparound, But yeah, dude.
That is fucking insane. And I always thought that Nigeria was like one of those, relatively stable African countries, in spite of like all the other shit. But I guess I was wrong.
Yeah. So yeah, let's keep going.
Aims a pizza box that doubles as a resume. Now, if you want bleaker news than this, I cannot help you. This is the bleakest article of all the articles. We have articles about airstrikes burning people alive. We have articles about couples killing each other. We have articles about all the things they're doing in Florida. And yet, nothing is as bleak as this article where Pizza Hut is trying to help people get work. Okay, listen to this. Today, Pizza Hut is launching resumes.
Resumes.
Wait.
It's like a pun, like resumes. Resumes.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that makes sense. Resumes. Yeah, I was like, what is that? Okay, but they're not spelling it. Okay, gotcha. Okay. There's no way anyone participating in this program is pronouncing it correctly. They're all pronouncing it like I am. Today, Pizza Hut is launching Resumes, a new offering aimed to help professionals stand out in today's competitive job market by delivering their resumes to prospective employers in a way that is sure to turn heads via Pizza Hut's iconic pizza boxes. 75% of resumes are never read, but an office pizza is hard to ignore amid the time of year coin September surge, where there is a notable increase in job opportunities across industries at the start of Q4. Pizza Hut is leveraging what it does best: deliver hot, ready-to-eat pizza to help job seekers grab the attention of employers and deliciously differentiate themselves in a crowded job market. Can you imagine if this is your Hail Mary? Can you imagine if this is it? Let me tell you how bad it is. You have a chair, you have a rope, and the rope is already tied to the beam. You have tested the beam, and you know it can hold your weight. You are sitting there.
Oh, it paused. Hello?
And you are saying, fuck it. One last going to send a greasy, disgusting Pizza Hut pizza with my hot resume in it. The resume is going to come out hot, smelling like garlic, probably smudged, like the ink is going to be all smudged, okay? This is the bleakest thing I maybe have ever read on the show, and all I've done for the last 8 years is read the bleakest, worst news, throw the baby in a volcano, whatever else everyone's doing out there. Resumes allows job applicants in the toughest job market, New York City, to stand out like never before. I mean, can you imagine this? This piping hot resume will be almost impossible to ignore. We know finding a job can be daunting, especially during this key hiring season. So we wanted to lend a hand to our job-seeking customers. So Pizza Hut is struggling so much as a brand that this is how bad they are doing, by the way. And this should not be over, we cannot overstate how terrible Pizza Hut is doing. That this crack scheme, okay, to deliver resumes to companies by combining Pizza Hut's iconic pizza boxes with job seekers' resumes, we're hoping to help resumes drum up the same excitement as Office Pizza and help applicants make. First of all, do you even get a pizza?
Let's find out.
Do you even get a goddamn? Because by the way, if you delivered something that wasn't a pizza with a resume in it, I mean, I would. That's like you would go insane. And now they're out of it. We just clicked on it and they're out of it.
Oh man. Oh, so they were spelling. I'll check on X.
Can you imagine? We got John's name in a pizza box 5 years ago, and now he's the CFO of this company. John delivered his resume to us in a pizza box right before hanging himself. He was standing on the chair when we called him. I mean, this is the worst. I've never heard of a worse idea.
Oh, yeah, it came with a pizza. Yep, there you go. Here you go.
Can you imagine someone chewing when they call you and tell you they're not interested, by the way? Someone who caught like they're chewing and they go, by the way, we're not really looking for anyone at this time, but thank you for the pizza, you dunce. Thanks for the pizza, you loser, you complete zero. Thanks for this hot, delicious pizza. We do not need you. We're not interested at this time. We're not in the market for you, scum. but thanks for this pizza. Who pays for the pizza? The unemployed loser?
Yeah.
So the unemployed loser has to pay for the pizza given to the corporation that doesn't want him. So you're bribing a corporation by sending them a pizza they don't even want you. You're not even going to hear. You're just going to send pizzas all around New York, and no one's even going to. It's never going to work. This doesn't work. This is not a movie. This is like that movie when Richard Gere and Julia Roberts, Pretty Woman. Oh, the hooker is so clean cut and sweet, and the business guy. It doesn't work. This is like a 90s movie. It's an early 2000s rom-com where you deliver a pizza and you get a job. That's not what happens. Some fat secretary is going to eat the pizza. Your resume is going in the trash. This isn't it. Stop thinking like everything's this whimsical way it's going to happen. It's not a whimsical thing, this world. When I grew up, everybody believed everything was whimsy.
I'll be right back. I'm going to get some water.
I'm going to propose. I'm going to put the ring in the cake, and my girlfriend's going to notice it. She's going to take a bite of the cake. It's whimsical. It's imprinted on our minds because we've watched so many movies where we go, you know what? I just need to do something unique and fun and silly to make me stand out. It's not a bad job market. I'm just not creative enough. What if I sent him a griddle with my resume as the wrapping around it? Then I'd get a job. That's not the way it works. That's not going to help you. You have to figure out something. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news here. You're going to have to figure out something else. You're not going to fast food trick your way into employment. Sorry. Sending a box of Raising Canes over to the local bank and maybe they need a teller is not going to work. Sorry, guys. I spelled my name in French fries. I would like to meet the one. And who is this? If this, by the way, if this has worked for one person, I will give you $1,000. If you can prove to me, Tim Dillon, I don't even know what's the email. Are we just gonna get spam emails if we give the email out?
Yeah, we shouldn't. Well, we could. I mean, it's a.
Yeah, but it's just there's gonna be 1,000 email. Like if you can prove this works, I'll give you $1,000 and I'll interview you on the show. But it's not gonna ever work. If this has worked for one person, I'll give you $1,000. If you can prove that sending a pizza with your resume on it got you the job, I will give you $1,000. Where should they hit us up?
TD Show Apps.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
TD Showops at Gmail.
Yep.
TDSHOWOPS@gmail.
Yep.
But don't waste our time. And I know you're going to send a bunch of shit. That's fine. I don't care. But if you want $1,000, you have to prove this worked for you. $1,000. This is not any type of. We're going to investigate.
For sure.
Now, you might not even want us to because you might not want the company to know you listen to this show, depending on where you work. I don't know. Well, we are going to investigate with pizza, with the company, with you. And if this works and everyone's proud of it, I give you $1,000. You will get $1,000. But this has not worked. Why is everyone hating on this Yahya Sinwar's wife? She's got a $32,000 Birkin bag. I think it's nice. Shut up, Burke.
Dude, that is so funny.
She's got a nice Burke. Is that the ostrich? Birkins go way up, by the way. 32 is not even the highest end. You know, there are Birkin bags for 80, 90. Rare Birkins can go up. 32 is a mid-level Birkin.
If that, yeah, maybe entry level.
Entry level is probably about 19 or 20, but 32 is not. I mean, it looks very much like a basic black Birkin in the Hamas tunnel. I'm not super impressed. But by the way, why shouldn't, here's a great question, by the way. Here's a moral question. Why shouldn't this woman have a Birkin? Why shouldn't a terrorist have a Birkin? Well, she's a terrorist. Okay. She's got a Birkin. What do you want her to have? What is she?
Tory Burch?
Well, yeah, but right. But what is the point here? What is that? Like, I don't understand this. Is this the terrorists are being irresponsible with their money narrative that Israel keeps trying to get everybody going on? Well, do you know how much the suites in the Qatar Four Seasons cost? I don't know. What? I don't understand. Wait, this is why wait a minute. Hold on. They're terrorists, right? Hamas is a terrorist group. That's the whole point. Now, whether you agree with their aims or not, whatever, their whole thing is like they try to get stuff going. That's what they try to do, Hamas. I'm not saying it's good. Follow me here. Follow me. They're trying to get stuff going. Hamas. It's a way to say it. Is it the best way to say it? But they're trying to get stuff going. Where are they going to stay? Where are they going to stay? Like, what are they going to have? They're not paragons of morality. They're going to have the Burke. They're going to get a Burke in. Do you know how much she must nag this man about going in and out of the tunnel and how hard it is? This woman was living in the Four Seasons, but think about this because it's about the family. She's living in the Four Seasons in Qatar. She probably doesn't know they're going to do this whole thing. She might. She's like Carmela Soprano. She doesn't know. She doesn't know. She just wants to get a shore house. She just wants to get a shore house. Okay? I watched that episode of Whitecaps. God, I love The Sopranos. So this woman, I don't know her name, but what's her name? Do we know her name? I love people's names. Names matter. They just call her the wife. I know. They're not huge on the rights over there for these ladies. Okay. So the wife, the old ball and chain is...
Dude, so do you know who the owner of Birkenbag is?
No. We're talking about like the bag, right? The luxury bag.
Yeah, the one that the terrorist had.
The wife of a terrorist.
Oh, the wife of a terrorist. Oh, yeah. True. Yeah. That's actually a very important distinction. Good husband. He probably got the bag.
God damn it, we're an FBI watch list now.
So it's a Birkin bag, or simply Birkin, is a tote bag introduced in 1984 by French luxury goods maker Hermes.
Is it expensive?
Let me see. Birkin bag price. Oh yeah, man. It looks like $97,000. $15,000.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's like the UN money at good work, man. That's the foreign aid.
Dude. That's the Ukrainian weapons that were sent to Mexico. You know.
Probably caused like some staff member of the UN RWA to deliver to her, you know.
I know, bro. The ICC or the ICJ should look into this, bro. They're like, look into this burger company.
I don't know how to react to Tim Dillon. Should I try to be witty or should I try to like seriously analyze the news that he's actually presented, man? Like this man is absolute like he's medicine, you know.
Yeah, he belongs in the United Nations.
I think that he will actually make like a good like voice of conscience, you know.
Yeah, I think he could end the war in Palestine and Israel.
Like, yeah, it's like who fucking cares, you know? It's like all of you fucking, you know, sad niggers are like okay.
What the fuck? Dude. We're on YouTube.
We're on YouTube or Rumble?
We're on YouTube.
Oh fuck! I'm sorry. Oh shit!
It's all good, man. We can't. There's no coming back from it. But
it's like there's a reality to it. You know, it's like all of you are like fighting for like some pieces of like desert land and making like this fights over like how old is this building? Like, no, this building was built over this building. You know. And it's like, man, people build stuff all the time. Who fucking cares, you know?
Well, he advocated for American malls in the Middle East, covering peace. And I think it's kind of true. You know, put a lot of American-made malls.
Oh, really? Well, I don't know, man.
The Middle
I
Eastern
just I
people
don't.
work for Lowe's and Home Depots and Walmarts.
No, they got the Mexicans to do that now. So. But like, I don't know, man. I don't think like the most actually. I guess it depends, but I just think that because the Middle East is so car centric, like they don't have like a lot like walkable cities except maybe like some like North African cities. I don't think like malls will do so well. Like, look at American malls, man. They're actually going down, and
Yeah.
it's because they have been unable to like compete with like online shopping, like that option that Amazon and eBay offers. Here in Europe, malls are actually still kicking and going just because of the walkability aspect.
Yeah, I agree because in Europe, almost every store was packed with people.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's
And
always
the
shopping
thing,
going on. Good stuff too. Like I really liked shopping in Europe.
and I think it's part because, like shopping is also kind of like a social experience. And I know it's kind of silly to say it, but, you just
For
go,
sure.
you
Yeah,
walk to like a store. Like back when I lived in Albuquerque, I really enjoyed going to like Old Town, you know,
yeah,
from
it's
time to
true.
time with Julia. And just, look at the jewelry, the art stuff, the paintings. Like not necessarily buy anything, but if I end up buying something, so be it.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I personally really liked the markets in Ukraine and Russia. I think their markets were very fun. Like they have that social life aspect that you're
Yeah,
talking
I've
about.
heard of, I've heard like malls and actually Moscow are actually pretty nice. I think I saw like some pictures of them because I think Julia's sister went to Moscow with his mother on vacation, like know the country and everything. And it looks like an interesting place. Like I don't know if she went to St. Petersburg or Moscow. But they had like the fountain, and the fountain had like watermelons inside of it. And it's like,
Cool.
why do you have watermelons inside of a fountain? But it's
Yeah.
Russia. They don't.
That's cool, man. It's cool. Yeah, yeah. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. He's preaching. He's preaching.
Probably like we were in the Four Seasons. I was waking up every day to fluffy eggs. Now we're running around the tunnel. They're going to kill us. We're going to, what quiets her down is a Birkin. Honey, don't worry about it. We have everything under control. Let me come. Come here. Look at the little. Take a little. Look at the gift. You heard Birkin bag?
Good
Like
husband.
Kardashian? It's for you. That's my best Sinwar. I don't really know, how to do Yaya
Okay,
Sinwar.
okay. Put pause.
But
Put
it's
pause.
these are families like anyone else. Yes, of course, people
Going,
we
going.
disagree with the things that they do. But it's a family. She is needling.
I mean, actually, he does make a very good point because, from my understanding, is that Arab women are super feisty, probably more feistier than Latinas, man. Like, I kid you
Yo,
not,
so
like I had a friend who was from Saudi Arabia. He told me that his father had like 3 or 4 wives, and like one time, like one of the wives actually got completely jealous and actually burned down the house. One of the
God
houses that they
dang,
owned.
dude, that is crazy.
Yeah, man. And that's just something that they do. That's just shit that happens, man.
No, for reals.
And he was so chill while saying it. It's like, yeah, she got jealous and she burned the house down, man.
Gosh, dude, that's wow, something I never thought of. I'm not really sure. I do think that I want to definitely date around like Africa and Asia.
Mm.
I think that'd be cool. For me, anyways.
I mean, just
Uh,
go to Thailand, man.
no, I'm okay.
Why not?
Not for that reason. I'm not a hater. Not for that reason. All right. Let's keep going.
Him. You think it's easy to be the head of Hamas? But it's not. I'm not. Can I make a point? It's not your wife. The wife is not always on. She's not always. What her name is Samar Muhammad Abu Zamar. She's probably not always on the same page with him. You have to give the women little trinkets and things. This is not new. This is not new. She's barking. She's angry. She's in the there's no woman that's happy in the tunnel. She's not thrilled in the tunnel. I wouldn't be thrilled in the tunnel. So she's in there with the Burke, and he said, take your bag in there. Take your bag. Because when we win, because he's got to pretend that's going to happen, even though they're kind of outmatched. When we win, I want you to remember the good things. Take your Birkin in the tunnel, because when we win, we're going to come out in the Birkin, and then they go to heaven and get 7,000 Birkins or whatever. I don't know what he's telling her. I don't know what their version of the virgins is, women. Maybe it's Birkins. The men get virgins, they get Birkins.
That's
This
hilarious.
is highly intellectual comedy. I don't know. All I'm saying is that I find it odd that I'm supposed to get angry at the financial decisions that people in Hamas make. I don't understand that I'm supposed to be angry that she's got a Birkin. I don't get it. Okay. I don't want to go through the doctrine of the Islam. I appreciate it, but thank you. I think this woman has every right to have a Birkin bag in her life. It's not like, I understand what they're trying to say. People are pointing this out and they're going, well, shouldn't they be, instead of taking this money and getting her a Birkin bag, shouldn't they be feeding the people? You could make that point about anyone with a Birkin bag. That point could be made about literally anyone with a Birkin bag. Literally anyone. Anyone, whether it's the Real Housewives of Hamas or some bitch on Madison Avenue or in Beverly Hills or in Aspen or wherever. I don't think the biggest problem with Hamas is that the guy's wife has a Birkin. It's just an odd framing of an issue. Can you believe she has a Birkin? They stay at the Four Seasons. I think it's a mid-level Birkin. It's, what is it, a Birkin 40?
Yeah.
32K. Yeah, it's not the highest. The ostrich Birkin is nicer. I think alligator Birkin.
That homie had some dough, bro. He had some dough.
That's fine.
Jesus Christ.
But I'm just saying this new thing that we're all doing, where like we have to judge the spending of people like, you're gonna bomb them and kill them. So what does it matter what they have? What does it matter what they have? By the way, it's crazy. Do you know one of them had a Rolex? What is this map? Where is this now going? We're auditing Hamas? Well, they don't spend the money. They're not spending the money in the right way. What is this? What are we doing? You killed both, aren't they all dead? You killed everyone over there. I mean, I just don't understand. It's like it's a very strange thing that like the last couple of days and weeks I've seen like this weird, strange, well, can you believe what they spend their money on over there? What?
Hey, you know what's funny?
What?
This kind of resembles the Spaniards.
Also,
Yeah, I don't got no money to buy burkas, bro, or burkinas or whatever the fuck they are.
it's so fucking over, man. I'm killing myself right now.
Yo, that is so true, man. That's what the U.S. is all about. It's like, hey, where do you spend your money? How do you spend your money? And let me see the receipt. Crazy.
Oh man. Okay, but just I don't want to be a party pooper, man. But What kind of fucked up person spends fucking $30,000 on a fucking bag, man? What the fuck? Like, come on. It's like
Bro,
it's.
I would, you
I
know
just
what I would do with that 32K?
what? We go to Thailand together and fuck
I'd,
it.
I'd probably just, exactly, I'd probably go to Asia and Africa and just buy
Of
like
course,
a safari region or some shit, you know, and protect it.
man, we could just buy like a couple of guns and like just say that one land is ours now. Fuck it, we create our own country.
Well, what if we just take over Lieberland, bro? Not just kidding.
Wait. I'm listening. My
Well,
work is
yeah,
suspended.
we contract some hitmen, you know, some mercenaries, get
We
some,
are the merc. We
you
are the
know,
mercenary. We cannot be like those like private contractors or like subcontracting and subcontracting and subcontracting.
bro.
It's like
We'll be like Wagner combined with um Bolivar and Venezuelan gangs and
we're so
Mexican Aztec tactics.
we're so fucking dead. We're so fucking dead.
And then we'll just like
Like you're just thinking like maybe you do have like a warrior part of you. Like maybe you do want to go to war. I'm thinking like $32,000, and I am just thinking like how much cocaine I could buy with it.
bro, we can just like buy Albania or some shit. We'll buy Catalonia with 32K, bro. We'll buy all Catalonia.
We enter with a fucking bag and like the GDP of Albania triples.
Oh yeah, true, dude. All of a sudden, everyone in like Albania has burqa bags, burkina bags, whatever.
And then it'll be like we enter and suddenly, Mama, Papa, I finally was able to buy a cup of rice.
This guy. Oh man. All right. Let's keep going.
Oh my God. Oh, did you hear that Moldova actually
wait,
had
what?
an election?
What's up?
Moldova actually had an election. One of those, Eastern European countries. To join the EU, they won.
No
So
way. The party won.
yeah, like they're gonna.
Pro EU party won.
Yeah, it was super close. I think it
Whoa,
was like
that is wild.
5,000 votes. Yeah,
That is crazy.
and I know, man. And like from my understanding, is that the Russians actually spent a lot of money and efforts and like trying to like manipulate like the election, you know. But in the end, I think like Moldova is gonna be the next EU member. But it was
Dude, that is
super
so
close.
wild, bro.
Dude,
Well,
it
I
was
mean, I
like
think it's a good exchange, you know, Georgia for Moldova. Fuck it. That's a good exchange.
I mean, Georgia's a lot farther away, so I guess it's fair.
Dude, that is crazy. I wonder where
How
Venezuela.
about we exchange like European Georgia for American Georgia, And I think everybody will be happier that way.
Georgia's like, what the fuck? Georgia's like, what? So yeah,
Russia gets more racist people, which works perfect for the culture. Georgia, Europe, they can now enter like in a, I don't know, deep south, so it would not be that different from what they are accustomed to.
yeah, I agree. All right, let's keep going.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't understand. Oh, so that's why they're bad. What about the whole October set? You had me sold that they weren't great with the whole what they did on October 7th. It doesn't matter that they have a Birkin. It certainly doesn't matter that they have a Birkin bag. That's not the issue. If you're going to say that they should be spending their money and not living in the lap of luxury and helping their people, you could make that case against most leaders in the world. including people that live in this country. You could easily make that case to a lot of people here. It's like this thing they did. Remember they did this, who was the guy that in Russia, Navalny? Navalny made that. I've had friends say to me.
Rest in power, Navalny.
I've had friends, these are smart people. The corruption, they say this. They say this with a straight face. They say it with a straight face. They go, we're having dinner, little dinner. I'm usually having a protein or so, little dinner. A lot of them are doing other things. And I go, listen, they go, the corruption in Russia is insane. I go, do tell. And they go, you got to see Navalny. He did these YouTube videos about all of the houses that all the government officials own. I said, wow, that sounds crazy. Get in the car. Get in the car. I'll leave the money for the bill. Get in the car. We're going on a tour. I know, it's in the nuts. So you're telling me Putin's cronies will have big houses? Get in the car. Get in the car. I'm going to blow your mind. I'm going to blow your mind. We have a lot of beautiful homes here, and you're never going to guess who owns them. So what I mean to say is I'm not drawing them all. Oh, you're doing moral equivalency? Is that what you're doing? You're doing moral equivalency, so you're saying that we're Hamas. That's what you're saying. Do you know what would happen to you if you lived in Gaza? Yeah, I'd be in Hamas, and I'd be good at it. No. Do you know what would happen to gay people in Gaza? Do you know what happens to gay people? I don't go there. I'm sorry. Do you know what happening? I'm not saying Hamas is good or this is a good way to govern. I'm saying if you want to make this an argument about that they're irresponsible with the funds, that to me does not seem to be the argument. The argument is they committed an act of war and aggression against people. That's the argument. And say it ends there. Now, is the response proportionate? Not exactly. Not exactly. But that's the argument. They committed an act of violent aggression and war. It's true. The argument is not this bitch has got a Birkin and this one's got a Rolex and this one's got a fucking Hermes scarf. That's not it. That's not it. The argument is not Putin's cronies have big, has a Dasha and Sochi. It's not the argument. It's not the argument. Dummies. You want to go to war with Russia? Great. There's probably lots of reasons in your head you can justify going to war with any country. You make it up. Iran. There's a big threat to America. It's Iran. This is the big thing now. Iran. We got to do something about Iran. What? What? Russia's more of a threat than Iran, and they're not a threat. Well, Iran says death to America all the time. Everyone says death to everyone. It doesn't matter. What are they going to do? What is Iran going to do? Invade America? Is that what you see happening?
That could totally happen.
Iran has just landed in Colorado.
No.
The slopes are closed. Like, can we get serious here? We have a dearth of serious people in the country. Can anyone be serious for minutes? I'm not asking for an hour. Minutes. She's got a Birkin bag. It's $32,000. Shouldn't they have built a water treatment facility instead of living in luxury in Kentucky? Yeah. And they should have done it in Flint, Michigan. It's not the point. Don't go down this road. Boy, is that a bad road. Boy, is that not the road, huh? Not the road. Well, Putin's friends have big houses because they get government contracts and because it's corrupt and they have big houses. Okay, but the 10 wealthiest counties in America are the ones clustered around D.C. Huh. Why is that?
Ooh.
We're different. Okay. I get it. It's a better we like it here better. I like it here better. I don't want to live in Russia. I don't want to live in Gaza. You got me. You got me, intellectual giants who would debate me. You've won. Correct. I do not want to live. In fact, here's how much I don't like those countries. I don't want our military there. And I'm not even in it. I'm not even in the military and I don't want them to go. Isn't that interesting how that works? Just because I don't like it. I don't like it so much, I don't want anyone going. Huh. Getting people to get pumped up about Iran is hilarious. It's like my favorite thing now is that it lies dormant in people, this need for like this enemy and the war and everything. And so apparently after what, we have a few months of overdose deaths being down, now we need to go fight Iran. Sydney Sweeney says her pursuit of fame likely caused her parents' divorce. You and me both, sister. The 27-year-old actress speaking with glamour as part of its Women of the Year. And by the way, can we get rid of that? A Woman of the Year 2024 coverage detailed the difficult time frame after her family relocated from Washington to be closer to Southern California, with her parents divorcing and going through a bankruptcy filing in 2016. I knew I could never actually fail because, I mean, on a very broad scale, my family did lose everything. They did get a divorce. Whether or not that was part of coming here, it definitely was a catalyst for it. So I knew I had to succeed in some capacity so that it wasn't for nothing. What? I mean, what is happening?
I have no idea who she is.
She said they asked her questions such as, when are you going to come home and stop dragging your family to a hell-ridden city? Well, I'm correct about that. When are you going to stop breaking your family apart and wasting all their money and just go get a real job and have a real life? I don't understand. Wasn't she an adult when this happened?
Yeah.
So why are they following her to California?
Well, when she was really young, they were driving her like 38-hour round trips from the Washington-Idaho border.
Why do I care about this? This is my problem. What publication is this?
Your favorite.
Daily Mail? I do like them. I don't get it. Listen.
We need to send
Sydney,
Dillon popular front,
Sydney,
bro.
Let me speak directly to you. I want you to hear this from me. I don't care about this. I truly don't. I don't care about this. I feel bad for your parents. And I don't think it's all you. I truly don't. I think there's other issues at play. But more importantly, I don't believe your work has risen to the level to justify their divorce. At this point, I've enjoyed White Lotus. I think you did a great job on Euphoria, but it isn't the career that justifies the implosion of your family as of yet. So, honey, from me to you, back to the drawing board, couple more films. Let's grab some gold. Let's get an Oscar. Let's take it to the next level. If you're going to say your career caused your parents' divorce, let's get something really under the belt. Let's put a few awards under the belt. No? Keep going, Sydney. You yourself can get a Birkin. Just a Birkin bag. We got to get serious.
Traditions. That's what the holidays are all about. Let's start a new tradition and save a little bit of money. Okay.
Dude, that is hilarious, bro. I'm just gonna mute it just until he comes back on.
This is like one of like those percent. What is it called? He has like the ad read, yeah. And YouTube is nowadays just advertisement nowadays,
bro. Yeah, I'll definitely post this on Rumble for sure, man.
Yeah, man, but you have to censor like the time that you use the sent it and then with the N word, you know.
No. On Rumble, you don't really have to censor anything.
Yeah. I mean, okay, listen, there's like, what, more than 40,000 people who died in fucking Gaza, man. And we're at the brink of World War III at any moment. Like, the Iranians might look.
Yeah.
You know,
dude,
and it's like, and people are going to be mad at me just because I said the N word. Come on. You know?
Yeah, it's typical of a Spaniard. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Hey, man, we invented it.
Yo, dude. So, yeah, bro, isn't that crazy, man? Like, what's going on? Like, you heard about like Russia's advances into Ukraine, right?
I have not been very updated on the Ukrainian war. What happened?
It's just, you know how like Ukraine made that incursion into Kursk?
Yeah, and it seemed to have backfired, no?
It seemed to have well, I'm not sure, so much about the long-term tactical advantage to that, but essentially the front line kind of just like there was some villages and towns that were taken. You know, so I don't know, man. Like, I just feel like the peace deal is gonna be. There has to be some sort of peace deal, bro. But like, it's not gonna be. Ukraine's not gonna get those territories back.
To me, I mean, okay, this might actually sound kind of weird, but in a certain way, I think that it might be good if Ukraine loses territory for which most of the population has a pro-Russian veneer, you know. And correct me if I'm wrong, you know. The reason I'm saying that is because uh, later on, you know, Ukraine is going to want to like form a strong, solid government, you know, in order to like reconstruct and like start working on like their, you know, their economy, their politics, you know, like get the house in order. And it will be difficult to do that if you have people who do not actually share the same view as you know.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, man. I would love it if Ukraine just stayed a country, you know. And I hope it does, you know, because it's a beautiful place.
That I think like like big item, like the the big issue that makes it very difficult a peace treaty between Russia and Ukraine is whether Ukraine will be able to later on join the European Union or NATO. You know,
Hmm.
and I will say that I think that any peace treaty, in my opinion, Ukraine needs to be able to join whatever international organization they want to join. Because if
Yeah,
they're not able to do that, then at that rate, then you're no longer a sovereign country.
exactly. It feels like it would be ideal for there to be like some sort of iron curtain in Ukraine, like a pro Ukrainian side, the iron wall, and then the EU Ukrainian side, you know? Um, so it can split, in a way, split those two ideas, you know? Um, it'll probably split Ukraine as a country, but not all of it, you know, like maybe a few regions can be pro Russian, but I do think that like it'd be ideal for Ukraine to reach a EU agreement, you know,
No, like that's what I'm saying. You know, it's like
yeah. For
if at the end
sovereignty
of the war,
purposes, for sure.
if at the end of the war, like the new republics that were imposed by Russia, like Donetsk and Lushansk, like you know, Ukraine loses those territories in a certain way, and it is kind of a blessing in disguise because you no longer like those people are no longer going to have political representation in the Ukrainian political apparatus, which will actually
Exactly.
make it a lot easier for like the central Ukrainian government to actually be able to put the house in order and then like start like you know implementing the necessary steps to reconstruct their country and later on join the European Union. Or and
Exactly.
yeah, like as an example of that, you know, like here in Spain, we have a lot of political chaos, and the reason is because the regions of the separatist parties of the regions of Euskadi and Catalonia, they are
Hmm.
overrepresented in the electoral system,
Sure.
which makes it that in the last elections, the status quo parties, either the Socialist Party or the Popular Party, they have had to actually like make deals with these parties. And that has led to a situation in which pretty much I think like the last five governments have been disjointed governments, which leads to a lot of paralysis and a lot of what's it called? A lot of cold feet, you know, and a lot of disorganization when it comes to like political decision making.
Yeah, bro. Isn't it crazy that American elections are pretty soon?
I know, man. It's like 9 days.
Bro, the whole world is actually looking at it, bro. Everyone is like paying attention, man.
Here in Europe, everyone is pro Harris, like even
Oh
the far
yeah,
right.
dude. Oh yeah. But we know what would be best.
I don't know. Hey, I don't know. You know,
Yeah. No,
I I mean, I think that the far right here in Spain, Vox, they actually do support Trump. And I think even Trump actually had a speech. It was a televised speech at one of the Vox, what's it called? Like one of the
Niche.
Vox rallies here in
Oh,
Spain.
okay.
Yeah, I think actually Santiago Abascal, who, by the way, he's actually Basque. He's from Euskadi.
Hmm.
Funny enough, the leader of Vox. He actually met with Trump in the United States.
Wild. Yeah, I mean,
It's
I don't know, man. Like, even Bolivia's situation is crazy. Like, we can go over it
no.
next episode, but yeah, dude, Bolivia's situation is crazy too.
Did you hear about the military, the soldiers who actually were taken hostage by the Pro Morales
Yeah,
protesters?
dude, and Cochabamba, right?
I don't remember, but man,
Yeah, bro. So let's continue with the homie.
yeah, indios matándose entre ellos como siempre.
But never nuclear war, bro. Never nuclear war over here in Latin America.
I'm not racist, I swear.
Guys, I was a model for Abercrombie and Fitch for many years. And I don't talk about it because it is something from my past that is very dark. This is what happened. I'll tell the story because, I'll be vulnerable. I'll be vulnerable. I was attending Nassau Community College. I was in a car with this guy named Kenny, who's fat. This guy Buns, who got amazing weed. He didn't really talk. He kind of giggled. He had great weed. We don't know what he did. And this other kid that was an Indian guy, I forget his name. And every day we would go to the mall and we would get high in the parking garage. And then we would walk through the food court and eat Ranch One chicken sandwiches or bourbon chicken, Haagen-Dazs. And can you get that up? Can you please make that bigger?
This one?
Yes, because that is a photo of me. That's a before and after photo of me, by the way. The left and then the right. Now, I was walking through the mall and the Abercrombie and Fitch person noticed me as I was eating a Ranch One chicken and cheese. And they said, "Would you stand here naked outside the store?" And I said, "Why?" And they said, "Well, because we think it would help sell the clothes." And I did it. And I was shot. The police shot me. They showed up and shot because it was a prank. I didn't realize. What's going on now? Everyone's mad at Abercrombie and Fitch because they were sexed. I'm sorry. I can't anymore. Do you realize, everyone, that we're just in a circle of stories? There's nothing new. There's nothing new. It's sex companies, sex trafficking, celebrity sex trafficking, fucking, the bitch in Hamas has a Tiffany's brooch on. Like, there's nothing new in the news. Kamala does a town hall where they ask her, 3-year-olds ask her questions and have to be, vetted first. Like, it's a circle. There's nothing new here. So what is this 80-year-old? He's so happy. Look how happy he is. He made it. Look at how happy, by the way, look at how happy this man is. That is not an argument for doing the right thing, is it? Can you fill us in here? What did he do? He trafficked they
So he was doing the casting couch. He was
Yes, of course.
having parties under the pretense of that they were model castings, and then they were having sex with them, and they were young men. It was whole power dynamic
Yeah, it's the
exploitation.
whole thing, isn't it?
He's got shorts
Now,
on in court.
Yes, Ab Fitch. Wasn't there a documentary about Abercrombie and Fitch that kind of hinted at this, but it didn't fully go into it?
What the fuck is
Yeah, the
going on,
dark
bro?
side of cool.
Can we play the trailer to The Dark Side of Cool? Ab Fitch was like the cool brand in the early 2000s?
2005. Yeah.
I never had a lot of Abercrombie and Fitch clothing, but the cool kids did. I got cool later on in high school. I was wearing Jenkos, and that was, part of the aesthetic. So let's watch the trailer here to The Dark Side of Cool. Abercrombie and Fitch. I hope no one in Hamas is wearing Abercrombie and Fitch. It's too expensive.
I was escorted to the front doors of the bedroom. When I
Same.
entered that room, the door was closed behind me. My feeling of being in that room was an animal. I was not a human to any of these people. I was a body. I was being presented to someone to do what they
Here's the
wanted
thing. Here's the
with.
thing. I'm not trying to defend Abercrombie and Fitch. I'm not trying to defend Abercrombie and Fitch here, but like, unless this is brutal rape, I don't care. I'm gonna tell you right. If this is hot guys being mad to stand around their underwear, I don't care. This has got to be brutal rape. Brutal rape. This has got to be Hamas tunnel rape, or I don't care. I'm hoping it builds. Because if it's just, I felt like an object and I was hot, I'm a little tired of hot people not being happy with it. And then lashing out at everyone else that they're being treated like object. You're an object. That's what you are, an object. You're I'm not saying that you have to be objectified. You don't have to. Here's great ways to not be objectified. Don't go outside. Don't get any of the benefits from being hot. But I'm just saying, like, I'm very upset if this is R word. And it's not, or even sexual assault, the grabbing, no good. But if this is like one of these, like, I'm mad that people thought I was hot, I'm going to lose my mind. This has to be Hamas tunnel R-word. Go.
What happened to me changed my life,
What happened?
and not for the better.
What happened?
Typical Netflix
My name's
documentary.
Brianna. I'm a journalist with the BBC. I've been carrying out some research about
Hello.
the experiences of models.
Was you raped by
Almost
Abercrombie
3
and
years, I've been
Fitch?
investigating
I'm from the
dark secrets in the
BBC.
US fashion industry.
Did anybody try to rape you? Did you know the lady in Hamas has a Birkin? I don't have a Birkin.
At the heart of this secret,
Hamas works much harder than the BBC. Keep going, please.
man, one of the biggest fashion brands in the world.
It's probably the darkest experience I've ever dealt with.
He was viewed as a form of genius.
The modern-day founder of Abercrombie and Fitch, Mike Jeffries.
The head of a very powerful, very wealthy organization.
My investigation has taken me across the US.
By the time the men would have arrived, where were they going to go? I mean, how easy could it have been to have left?
Speaking to men who say they were exploited and abused.
Yes. Are you rolling?
Take one. I think he's a deviant. I think he's a predator. And I don't think that's what the public has seen.
I was overwhelmed. I've never seen anything like this.
What I'd like to talk about is being lied to, tricked, and traded like a commodity.
Me Too has empowered women to speak out about sexual abuse. Now these men say they want to be heard too.
I think it's rarely considered that men could be a victim of anything.
They face a double stigma, and I don't think that men have quite had their Me Too movement.
All right. Well, hey, listen, that's the Abercrombie doc. Anyone being sexually assaulted, raped, exploited in any way is not ideal. And this gentleman here doesn't seem innocent, but he was arrested because they were doing very bad things, right? This was not good. This was Epstein-like. They were trafficking people.
Yeah, just parties all over the world.
Parties all over the world, trafficking people.
Oh, damn it.
There's no one I'm just asking a question. And again, let's say I'm the defense attorney. Do you not understand you're getting on a plane, you're going somewhere? Like, do you not understand what's about to happen? I guess not, because maybe you think you're modeling for Ab Fitch. Maybe they're just not being honest with you. They're lying to you.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to come here to this model party and be a model. And then you get there and they're like, it's actually an orgy. That's probably what's happening.
Yeah.
And that's wrong. That's not good. Here, let's read some of this article here. Where is he, Palm Beach?
Yeah. Yeah. He posted $10 million bond too, yeah. Yeah, he walked out without a care in the world.
80-year-old accuser is accused of wielding power, wealth, and influence to traffic male models for sexual pleasure across more than a decade while he ran the fashion powerhouse, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Eastern District of New York. I think we just get rid of fashion, to be honest. Let's get enough of that. Get rid of this modeling thing.
To be honest,
John-Luc
man.
Brunel was Epstein's guy. Was into the models. It's all the models. It's all the models are always getting trafficked. You know who's not getting trafficked? My friends who work at pizzerias and bars. They're not getting trafficked. Let's cut out the modeling. How about that? Yeah, this is all very gross stuff that unfortunately people had to endure, and we try not to make light of it, of course, even though we just did for several minutes, and we'll continue to throughout the rest of the episode, and then also for the rest of the weeks, months, and years that I'm on the air. But this is also a disclaimer to say that we don't agree with any of the behavior by any of the people involved in Abercrombie and Fitch. The CEO, the CFO, or any of the handlers, the people who recruit. I just, I'm a little bored of it, and I don't. I'm not trying to shit on anyone here. I'm just a little. Every other week, it's this. Everyone's apparently trafficked. I'm the only one in the country who hasn't been trafficked, by the way. Everyone's been trafficked 5 times, and I'm a little bored. And I'm not denying these men and their experiences, and I'm not denying their justice. I'm saying that it is, I feel like every week I have to react to the same 5 stories. And it's like a documentary from some 90s show we all watch, and it's like, these kids were kept in a cage. They were fed like dogs. And you're like, God damn it. Clarissa explains it all. Well, explain this. Explain the rape. And I'm like, can we please not ever, boy meets world, boy meets rape. And it's just, I'm upset. I don't like it. Put him in jail, throw away the key. I'm just saying, as a broadcaster, it is the constant here. What about DXL, the fat store? Are they trafficking anyone? They're trafficking people. What about get DXL up to fat store? Go to DXL.com. What if I was trafficked by DXL? There it is. Get that up. They're getting trafficked. Who's trafficking them? The fit you deserve. Damn right. What a sad logo, huh? The fit you deserve. What about them? Are they not being trafficked? Why don't we look into that? We're looking at the DXL fat store trafficking. I was brought into the back room. I felt like an object. I did see DJ Khaled once at Rochester Big and Tall in
they don't get traffic because they're too heavy to carry around.
Was the high-end DXL. They closed down.
Legal U.S. betting markets on things like the election.
I mean, yeah, it's like, it's like you cannot traffic fat people, because I think that with the amount that they eat, they're gonna actually eat into your margins, and also you cannot fit as many of them in a container,
yeah, the shipment weight, like it adds on to the cost.
I know, man. And I think they're gonna pass like this, weight added cost to CO2 taxation now. It's like it's gonna be a pain in the ass now.
Dude, America would be, if people were trying to buy fat people, America would be like the main hub. You know what I'm saying?
I know, man. Hey, yo. Mexico actually, I think, is the country with the most overweight people in the world.
No way.
Yeah, bro.
Dude, let me check that out real quick. What the fuck?
I learned that when I was working at the Chamber of Commerce in Albuquerque,
I'm going to put fattest countries in the world. Definitely.
I also hear U.S. Okay, but where's Mexico?
It says Tonga.
Oh, I've heard of that island. Yeah.
What the heck?
Yeah, that's like an island. That's an island in the Pacific in which like the majority of people are fat.
Dude, that is so funny. Wild, bro. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it because Mexico has a coke problem.
What type of coke?
Both cokes.
Yeah, but one makes you fat, the other makes you lose weight, man.
Yeah. Obviously, the one that makes you fat is winning over there.
Okay. So you see, it's like they need more of the one that makes you lose weight. Maybe the cartels are the good guys.
They're like, yeah, dude, and they're trying to put coke in the soda. You know, there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh man, he's still jabbing about the advertisement.
I know, bro. Let me actually fast forward it.
I think it's high. I think he's probably on ecstasy or something since he has his eyes
Yeah,
closed.
yeah, he's probably hungover from getting drunk with. Okay, let's do this.
Let's see this. Can we get a
Oh
video
no,
of
no,
this
like
dance?
credit
I
to
don't think
Tim. I
there
think
are.
he actually being sober. I think that he doesn't drink alcohol anymore. I think it's been quite a while.
Oh, I see. All right, let's keep going.
Enough employees where we have to keep firing everyone. We're losing our best teachers to inappropriate dances, drug use, and relationships with students.
The principal at Buhat Colony High School in Atwater was placed on administrative leave Monday after this video sent to us by ABC 30 insider Ryan Atterbury went viral. The video shows Principal Robert Nunes dancing with the school's mascot. He's initially seated in a chair as the mascot dances in front of him. Then Nunes is seen firing a confetti cannon before trading places with the mascot.
Like he came.
Many are calling the dance.
Like he came. Who wants to be principal of that shit school? Where is that school?
The Fresno area.
Yeah, it's a dump. No one wants to do that job. Of course he's a deviant. I mean, who wants to do that?
The Fresno kids should see this.
Listen, I'm not saying Fresno kids. If you think Fresno kids haven't seen worse than this, you're out of your mind. If you think Fresno kids have a shot on this planet, you are out of your mind. And I don't mean to be negative, but every one of those kids, it's going to be a nightmare for all of those children, regardless of what the principal did. Fresno kids, that principal lap dance where he fake comes with the cannon is going to be the high point of these people's lives. It's going to get much worse. Well, I mean, it's clearly inappropriate. Is it inappropriate enough where he should not be allowed to be a principal of this failing school? I don't know. You know, that's the real question, right? The real question is like, should he be allowed to get his job back? And high school principal in Atwater, he moves to lower position.
So
So
they just made him assistant principal instead.
So he's the assistant principal.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are they going to do? You know who's now the principal? The guy who was the janitor. They don't care. It's Fresno. He's associate principal.
Yeah.
Okay, this is like when Putin stepped down, he brought in Medvedev. Like, you know? I mean, this isn't anything. Grey's Anatomy writer faked cancer and multiple tragedies. Good for her. No problem with that. Elizabeth Finch. I don't care. I don't care at all that she lied. It's a corrupt business, Hollywood, and there's a lot of liars. Good for her. I don't care. She faked cancer. I mean, there's a whole plot of a show with our friend Ryan Phillippe and Megan Mullally and really Vanessa Bayer. Very funny. I forget what it's called. It's about QVC. It's really, really good. And I saw it. And I enjoyed it. And the whole point of it is somebody who fakes cancer to get a job at a QVC. I love that for you. TV series. A lot of fun. I think it was one season. Doing anything more. But I tell you, I may rewatch it. I actually thought she's hilarious, by the way. I thought it was very funny, and that's the whole premise of the show, is that she faked cancer to get the job, and then everybody found out. And I think it's very funny, and I like that it happens in real life. I like that people lie about things like that, and I like that they get ahead for it. Because guess what? people at Grey's Anatomy don't deserve better. The executives at Grey's Anatomy do not deserve better. Okay? They don't deserve better than to be lied to by this bitch. My friend changed her name to Rodriguez to just get work because she wanted to pretend she's Hispanic. Not a Hispanic bone in her body. She just said, my name's Rodriguez now. You want to get woke? My name's Rodriguez. And it kind of worked. So, whatever. Gaddafi's grandson poses with his famous green book, but people are confused. He's a steampunk. Let's get this photo of Muammar Gaddafi's grandson. I mean, oh boy. I mean, here's the thing. You just can't, you never know which way the kids are going. You just don't know which way the kids are going. You can do everything for your kids and it can turn out this way. You know, thank God Ismail Haniyeh's family was martyred, because can you imagine that leader of Hamas who in a few years he's got the kids in a Burning Man costume? She's got a Birkin bag. They're not buying food for people, they're buying Birkin bags, and they're staying in nice hotels. Do I look? How dumb do we all look?
Well, if you
These
ask,
houses on the beach. They've given up on the citizens. They're just trading amongst themselves. They're building wealth amongst themselves, and they've given up on the infrastructure of the country. These people are uniquely evil. They stay in nice hotels. They have Birkin bags. And yet no one has health care or food. Interesting. They are different. I don't know anymore. Sydney Sweeney. Enough. I've had enough. I'm so excited. People don't realize part of the decline of the American empire, the decline of Hollywood, and the inability to craft a narrative and shape public opinion. The internet moves so quickly. And the inability of Hollywood to act as the myth-making capital of America is going to have a big effect going forward. It's going to be interesting. It's one of the effects I think people really don't talk about when they talk about the decline of the traditional distribution methods, film, TV, things like that. Very controlled, tightly controlled distribution methods for the art and content and whatever that we made. And a lot of that was incredibly instrumental with crafting the narratives that people in this country believed about major events, war and peace, about economic realities, all of that stuff. The inability to do that, and the fact that it has now been replaced by algorithms, by social media apps, by DIY content that's uploaded, millions of hours of it every hour and all that stuff, and the inability to control it is going to be one of the least talked about but most important results of the decline of the traditional power structures in Hollywood. You're not going to be able to as easily tell people what to think about something. That's going to be interesting. There's going to be 7 documentaries made on YouTube before you make this movie that no one watches about the thing. You're going to make the movie that no one watches about said event. There's going to be multiple documentaries. And I'm not saying I'm not claiming to know the veracity of those documentaries. It could all be crazy people. I don't know. I'm just saying that tightly controlled top-down narrative sculpting that Hollywood did since its inception has now and is completely in tatters. People do not watch. Young people do not care. This is not where they're getting their information. Look at across the board, podcasts have become incredibly influential in terms of the dissemination of information. More people are being entertained on TikTok and YouTube than going to movies. It's not even close. It's not even close. A lot of people are getting information from alternate sources. So You know, Hollywood is not going to be, it's not in that business anymore. So it's very interesting. That's one of that people don't really talk about that. People don't really discuss that side of it because they don't really want to admit that that's been what's going on. They don't want to say that. They don't want to be like, well, another interesting thing is how are we going to lie to you people anymore? That's not what they want to say. But just zooming out, you go, huh, that is a kind of an interesting. Kamala mentions Jimmy Carter's public appearance as why everyone can vote. VP Harris says if Jimmy Carter can vote, you can too, because Jimmy Carter is a very old man. Now, wait a minute. What is the video under her playing?
So this was the Jimmy Carter being wheeled out after his 100th birthday.
No, that's not Jimmy Carter.
No, here, I'll show you the full one. It's kind of crazy. He shouldn't be outside.
Yeah, but what is that? What was the one under that? Was just some random.
No, this is him. So this is Jimmy Carter. Okay. A couple weeks ago, they wheeled him out in Georgia.
He looks fine.
Take it in.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
He's having a nice day. He's voting?
Yeah.
He's voting.
That's
so their argument is that he's voting. Someone's going to vote for him, no?
Well, his grandson said that he was excited to vote. He said, I'm excited, but more excited to vote for Kamala in November.
He doesn't seem to be excited for much, and I think that's a lie. I think his grandson's lying, and I don't think he's excited to vote for much. Let's play this.
So look, if Jimmy Carter can vote early, you can too.
You can too. Oh my God, that's the demo right there for her. That old guy.
Dude, oh my god.
I don't understand.
So crazy.
Poor Jimmy Carter. I don't understand why he's enthusiastic about much. He doesn't seem to be excited about much. He seems to be. He slowed down a bit. Can we say that? He seems to have slowed down a bit. Not his old self. But I'm glad he's excited. Let's go to the polls. Go to the polls. The election is near. The election is near. Go to the RCP Real Clear Politics averages. Let's see where everybody stands. It's election day in America. RCP, read out the polls. Where are we? Trump is ahead in every poll?
Whoa. Yeah. RCP. Trump 219. Harris 215. Toss-ups 104. 312, 226 in the no toss-up stage.
Go up to the battleground polls. Trump is ahead in every single battleground poll. Wow. Interesting. He's ahead in every single one. Well, they did a great job with her.
Well,
I think they did a great job with her campaign. I like that it didn't have
crazy.
Yeah, you do have to keep in mind that I think that is actually like within like the margin of error. So we still don't really have we really don't know what is going to happen in the battleground states,
Well, what is true is that if the Dems win, they fucking cheated. And if the red team wins, it's a miracle. And that's being like indifferent.
I don't know, man. It's like I don't doubt that there's probably like some election interference, but like also the political parties, either political parties. But I do need to see evidence for that. I need to see like raw documents, showing stuff.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. It's like this is not the first time that an election has been contested in the history of the United States.
Oh yeah, almost every election is contested.
Almost every election. In 2016, Trump was being accused of like colluding with the Russians. When Bush won, I think back in 2000, I believe, there was this whole controversy in regard to like the votes in Florida.
Yeah. The
And of course, you had 2020 and Trump accusing fraud, but that's just always how it goes.
Yeah, I, I definitely it is true that the Republicans fucked up and the Democrats fucked up. Um, it is also historically true that the Dems are the most powerful political entity in the world, and the Republicans are more the underdog for sure. Like in this election for sure, in the previous one as well. Uh, I don't think it's definitely been that it's Real Madrid as the Democrats and fucking you
Whoa,
know
whoa, 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 whoa.
Chivas,
Real Madrid. No, no, no. Do not. Real Madrid is his own fucking team, okay? It's
No,
everything.
but the Democrats are like the powerful ones, and like the underdog is the Republicans.
Real Madrid is the underdog. It's just that they're very good underdogs.
Yeah, yeah. It just feels like it's the system. Like how like Kennedy and Tulsi kind of shifted that way. Like it's sure they're politicians. They're probably just as corrupt, but like still, at least the establishment is kind of being challenged.
It really does not help the optics of the Democrat Party the fact that Harris was not elected via traditional primaries.
They should have just put Bernie Sanders years ago.
Well, they may have. I don't know how true this is, but it's very possible that the DNC actually cheated him out of the race.
They did. They cheated him out. They cheated Kennedy out. They cheated Tulsi out. They cheated my fucking primo Juan out.
Dude, I really like Andrew Yang.
What,
I feel
dude?
like
I'm
Andrew
just
Yang.
sure he's smart, but like still, like he probably just is choosing
America,
because
America needs a tough Asian daddy. Okay,
well,
needs an, like because
yeah,
like
but
the
they need
Americans
a
are
Bruce
you
Lee
guys
one, not
getting
a. They need a Bruce Lee Chinese
no no
one,
no.
Jackie Chan
You
one,
you get
not a
you
Harvard
get the
one.
you get the alcoholic one that owns like a supermarket in Los Angeles that beats you up if you don't do your fucking homework. Okay, that's what America deserves.
All right, let's get going with Tim Dillon.
Okay.
Let's hear his
Well,
final
I was
thought.
gonna say, it is true, for example, that it is curious how like the Democratic Party, its leadership, it has actually remained very stable in the last, I want to say, 15 years.
Yeah,
Actually, no, 20 years, because you have Bill Clinton, Obama, Hillary Clinton, and then you have Biden. And they're pretty much all like part of like the same circle
yeah, they're
of different.
fucking. They're all corrupt, bro. I don't know, man. They're all
Yeah.
corrupt. But ultimately, like we should actually do an episode where we debate, which one would be best, uh, or we can also cover the election on Tuesday.
I mean, okay, I'm gonna go by European interest, so I'll go with Harris.
What, dude? That's a war, bro. You know that's war, bro. You know that's war.
The thing is that fundamentally,
Even the
I don't think that the president is gonna change that much, like the foreign relations.
okay, which one's more like? Where's war in Europe more likely, and more? Which one does it
Like,
have more possibility of expanding, under Trump or under Harris?
I think it's about the same because
About
people
the
were
same.
accusing, people were accusing Trump of being pro-Russian, and it's true that in his rhetoric, that he would like, launch like a praise to Putin. Putin is
Yeah,
charismatic and everything. But it was under the Trump administration that the American government actually sent military weaponry to Ukrainian paramilitary groups.
of course. Yeah,
Well, the whole situation of the annexation of like the easternmost regions of Ukraine and Crimea happened.
yeah, but they weren't invaded under Trump. They were invaded under Biden, Um, it, it, I don't know, man. What I'm trying to say is that like I feel like a peace deal under Trump would be much more substantial than a Harris one because we can't forget that the Dems, as much as the Republicans were pro-war, the Dems are super pro-war. You know. Um,
My main issue with Harris is that I have no idea what she actually supports. Because if you actually go to her website, she actually does not actually show any like substantial policy, like something direct.
yeah, she's waiting to see, you know, like I don't know, man. Like we'll just see, right? I guess what happens is we'll see when it happens. You know.
Like I remember, like Harris used to be like one of the more like in more like the progressive parts of like the Democratic Party, like more related to like the AOC, Rashid, like that group. But now that, for example, she was vice president with Biden, now she actually been more into like this more liberal circle going on, like the status quo.
Mhm.
And the thing is, like, I would say that Harris fundamentally is like, I mean, let's call it for what she is, a snake.
I like Michael Malice's criticism of Andrew Yang. Like I understand. It's because Michael Malice is kind of like aligns more with like how I perceive things. You know, like it's kind of
Mhm.
super individualistic. You know, and I don't know, man. Like we need to cover it on another episode for sure, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's continue.
Have a message or a policy, and I said that months ago when she came out. There was not one policy they focused on. There was no Obamacare. There was no like, I'm running because I want health care. I'm running to build a wall. I'm running for that. There was not. It was vibes. It was fun. It was I love you. You love me. History. We're making history. Now this doesn't mean she will necessarily lose, but I would not. I mean, she's behind in every poll. It's not great.
That's what it appears. So, yeah.
According to the good people at RCP. But I mean, a lot of them are within the margin of error. To be fair, all of them are almost in the margin of error, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But he is up in every single one.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, interesting. We'll follow it closely. We'll do the reporting. We're doing the reporting.
I think the Dems are going to
Looking
win.
at polls for several seconds, not verifying them.
I think Trump is going to win.
Telling you what they are on YouTube. We're doing the reporting. I'm more interested in what kind of Birkin that bitch in the tunnel had. That's the real story. TimDillonComedy.com if you are looking to see me live. Let me read out.
It's done. It's done.
Oh man,
dude, that was hilarious.
Yeah, man. I don't know why. I thought that, for example, Trump was actually going to appear on Dillon, but now I kind of see like why that would not be a good idea for him.
Dude, they just talk mad shit, bro. They probably just talk mad shit. Bro, so what's going on over there?
Like here in Spain.
Yeah.
Well, if you care about like my humble country, massive floods in Valencia, as mentioned it before. If you actually want to help in something, like visit like the Red Cross or like, yeah, best the Red Cross, who are actually like doing efforts in Valencia. Or if you actually live in Spain, like try to look for like a point of like pickup so that you may actually be able to like donate food to like the victims of the flood. Right now, I think like the death toll is around 200 people, which is quite a lot. But the disappearance is 1,900.
Yeah.
Which is insane,
And so, no, go ahead.
And on an unrelated note, we actually had this funny situation going on tragic but also funny, in which one of the leaders of Mas Madrid, one of like the big political parties associated with Podemos, more like the left wing pro feminism party. Like they actually receive money from the Venezuelan government, so you can already know I don't really
What
like them.
money? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, one of the leaders, Inigo Errejón, was actually had to actually quit his position from the chamber. Uh, yeah, from the chamber. He's been accused by like 5 different women of like sexual assault,
Hmm.
amongst them a minor.
Oh wow, wow, wow.
Yeah, so
That's crazy.
I mean, like, just so you know, like, there's no such thing as a male feminist.
Dude, I feel like Spain is kind of not so much involved like in the political theater, but yeah, dude, there's Spanish troops almost everywhere, right?
Majoritarily in Lebanon,
In
part of
Lebanon.
like the UNIFIL resolution.
Gotcha, gotcha.
But and like I have total absolute total respect for like the Spanish forces. Like I think that they do like an amazing job. Like they're actually being mobilized to Valencia right now, and they're actually going to help people in there. It is a shame that they mobilized them so slowly,
Hmm.
and it was not their fault. Like they actually like, no, hey, we actually want to go, but we actually have to like follow like what the government orders us to do.
I see.
Like, it's curious. Like here in Spain, like the people trust more the military than they trust the civil government.
I don't blame them. Yeah, yeah, I don't blame them.
Yeah, it's curious.
Um,
But yeah,
well, everyone, me and Pedro are gonna talk offline, but thank you for everyone for subscribing, keeping up with the shorts. If anyone watches this and you want to donate, obviously you can just ask directly in the comments and I'll reply. And so yeah, thank you so much, and maybe next time we'll get some election news. We might live stream that, but we'll see what happens. Thank you, everyone.
ciao. Oops. Broski. Broski. Um, I need a cigarette. Yo, the video kind of fault. Man, actually, the quality through Instagram is a lot better than through like Brave. Man, yeah, man, like find a way to do that. Like I can hear you clearly. That could also work, and Rumble. Yeah, yeah. Damn. Like I'm actually talking to you via like my laptop, but like Instagram actually allows you to do like the calls and everything. Yeah, absolutely, man. Let's do it. So now you're working on Tuesdays and Thursdays, right? Oh fuck. Okay, that's good. That's good. Hmm. Yeah, man. Because again, that's like consistency. You know. Oh man. Yeah. I would say that I don't know, man. Like, I, I I think that we need to also like try to come up more with our own stuff. You know, as opposed to hello. Is is it safe for me to say the N word? Damn it. Oh my god. Like we were talking about like Orlando banging ladyboys in Thailand. Orlando banging ladyboys in Thailand. I mean, bro, it's like I mean, cool. I actually don't have like the recordings of like our podcast with Daniel, Orlando, and me. Like I don't know. Do you have them? Yeah, man. Maybe I have my email, but I have to check. Like they were in my old phone, you know. Plus, keep in mind that we did not use any like video camera there. So yeah. No, yeah, I'll be available. Darn. I'm going to say the N word. No, that's it. I don't know, man. Are you getting hacked? Hmm, that's weird. I'm applying for stuff, man. I'm applying for like mostly like internships and volunteership. I'm mostly going with like the European Solidarity Corps, but there's also like the United Nations and the European Union like internships and volunteer programs. And I'm thinking about doing a master's here in Europe. Mm. I feel like at some moment, I'm most likely going to end up like working for like an ONG and probably like work with like the EU, NATO, or EU, NATO, or the UN. You know, liberal world order and shit. Oh man. Huh. Oh man. Maybe I'll get like an invitation to Epstein's Island, you know. Bro, you're like, you know, Peter in the Bible when he denies Jesus 3 times before morning. Like, what the fuck, man? You're gonna regret that.